Hello, everybody. Laura back again. And it's Friday Late Night Live with Laura. And Laura has been working on the Lumen Shawl for a week now. Wow, a week. Not nonstop, mind you, but still, you are going to be surprised by how big this thing is. And I'm only on, I just finished round 75. So I have a long ways to go. I think I'm not even halfway done yet. All right, you have to be careful what you get shown, what you show on the screen. Look at the kitty, everybody. Okay. Luckily, she didn't try to scratch me. So, uh, no, can't talk about that. Hi, pretty Michelle. Thanks for coming. So, whoops. I don't want that to get down on the floor where the fat cat can find it. Where the cat can find it. Hey, that'll have to do for the moment. That and the ones over there need to get put away. So, I just finished round 75 a few hours ago. I took a break. My hands were bugging me, and I wanted to watch some TV. And I cannot knit on this thing and watch TV. And yes, it's knitting. It is knitting. But I can't believe after the break I've given myself how much I'm enjoying knitting again. It doesn't make any sense. But this thing is the pictures of this shawl at Expression Fiber Arts are just phenomenal. It is a pie shawl, so it's done completely in the round, and once it's done, you fold it in half to put it over your shoulders. And that thin sport weight yarn, you cannot see everything because look at this. Every grouping of, and you can't see all the colors either because these are purple here, so they're hard to see. But every grouping of lace, I had to put a stitch marker. You like knitting more than crochet most days? Crochet is still my first love. But I'm finding that I do still enjoy knitting, and I'm having to take breaks because it's wool and it's roving, so that makes it a little tougher to work with, but not that much tougher. I mean, this is so much easier than something else that I was doing in roving, and there was acrylic roving too, and it was just not working. But I had to do a stitch marker every 8 stitches. Hi, Maritza. Thanks for coming. In order to not get lost. And I sit here, I turn off the music, I turn off the TV, I zone out from the world, so to speak. And I sit here and I have to repeat. That's not what I meant. I have to say out loud the lace stitches. So when I'm on the round with the lace stitches, I'm repeating it out loud. So let's see, the next set of stitches, 76 is 72. Oh, it's knit next. That's right. So the knit, excuse me, lost the word. The lace stitches that I'm working on right now is knit 1, knit 2 together, knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, SSK, which is slip, slip, and then knit. So I'm repeating that over and over every 8 stitches. all the way around. You cannot tell how big it's going to be. If you look closely, you can see I have my lifeline. I have my lifeline in here just in case. And I have made a couple of mistakes and I found them. Came by for a quick hello since it's midnight. Have a fantastic night. You too, sweetie. I have found a couple of mistakes and I have fixed them to the best of my ability. So when you're going through and all of a sudden you realize there's 9 stitches here, what happened? Oh, I put an extra yarn over in. Took that yarn over out. Uh-oh. Kitty, Venus, get down. You don't belong in the sink. Oh, she's just investigating everything with that nose. Finally. And then another time I found that somehow I only had 7 stitches. I had forgotten a yarn over that time. So I went back and I picked it up, and yeah, the hole's a little bit smaller than the other holes, but it's still there. I fixed it to the best of my ability. It's built by human. It's built with human hands and human brain and human heart. And it's going to be a one of a kind because of the colors I'm using. This yarn was free to me a long time ago. I got it from a church that I was part of the knitting group, yarn crafting group. They had, it was called Knit One Pearl One, I think. And that's okay. Because originally it had been started for those who knit. But crochet is part of knit the rest of the world. That's what I'm told anyway. That's what I've noticed. Let's put it that way. So, excuse me. So, yeah, I've got a lifeline in case I drop stitch. It will stop it from going all the way. And I can, if I'm patient enough, I can pick it up. Hello, Rosemary. Thank you for coming. If I'm patient enough, I can pick it up and fix the stitches to the best of my ability. But as I was saying, the fact that there are minor mistakes because I forgot to put in a yarn over, or I put in one too many yarn overs. I've done both. Baby, I don't know why I'm tired now. I was sitting in my chair. I was about to get back to knitting. I decided I was going to turn off the TV and I was going to knit a little bit and then I was going to go take a shower. And then it dawned on me, oh no, I'm supposed to be doing a live in 2 minutes. Oh my goodness. So here I am. So that's my lifeline, just acrylic. It's part of that baby blanket I'm working on, which I'm almost done. Oh, where did I put that? It's right here. I am almost done with the baby. Well, not. Hello, Angie. Thank you for coming. Okay, I don't know if I have enough orange to go around another round. I'm going to try, though. I'm almost finished this round because this is the end of the round or the beginning, and this is where I'm at. So I'm almost done with this round. And then, like I said, I don't know if there's enough there for another round, but I'm going to try. And if there's not, then I'll pull it back out to the end of this round. And I was debating because I've been looking for a lime green. You can't really tell. It almost looks yellow here, but that's a lime green. And I have been looking for a lime green to go with this, and I can't find one. Hello, Michelle. Thank you for coming. I can't find a lime green. Now, mind you, I bought this yarn in like 2010 or 11. I was going to make a baby jacket with it, baby sweater, you know, that kind of idea. But this thing is almost done. The problem is it's only 29 inches. So I was debating between, whoops, this one, which you can't really tell, is blue, two shades of blue, a lime green, and white. Oh, that's almost a good picture there. So I was debating between that and just straight white. The straight white one. It looked green. The straight white won the argument. I mean, the debate. So I'm gonna put this on the outside. I think I'll do like, well, when I'm done with the orange, I will do probably one more round in the white of the spider, not the which way fillet. That's what I'm trying to say. And this thing's falling off on me. It won't stay in the middle. That's better. Before I do what's going to be happening in 2024, I don't know. Actually, I do know, but this is not where I talk about it. I will text you when I'm done. If you're talking about yarn projects, well, I'm working on my lumen. Yesterday, or a couple of days ago, I thought, well, this is like a hat. Well, now it's too big to be a hat because I got so much of it done. I totally enjoyed working on this one lace pattern right here. Totally enjoyed working on that one. The one I'm working on now, you can't see yet, but it looks like that. There we go. There's holes on either side of a stem. I have a feeling the rest of it is going to be like roses on the top of the stem. Let's do this, the monthly thing, like we have done in the past. You mean instead of twice a month? Because I was going to go back to twice a month on Friday nights. Well, hello, Miss Venus. Can you turn and look? Give everybody your pretty smile. She says, no. Let me step on your keyboard, Mom. Okay, you want to do Friday Night Live once a month? Well, I was going to do it twice a month, like I had been doing originally. Venus, I don't know what to say to you, except you just cannot seem to follow directions today. Oh, Venus, would you please stop? If you wipe out all of my wipe off writing, I will lose it. Okay, let's see. Oh, no, a crochet project like the Valentine thing in February. Okay, I understand what you're saying now. Okay, so let's do this the monthly thing like we have done in the past. Okay, so what you're talking about is make along, crochet along, knit along, yeah, right? Where we did something and we did it for a month. And then later in the year, we went a couple of months. Okay, gotcha. My cat, Callie, booted me out of the StreamYard stream I was in when she walked on my tail. Oh, I'm so sorry. And I'm laughing because I don't know how many times she's walked across my keyboard and I have been lucky to not be booted out. So that's why I'm laughing, because I've come this close, I don't know how many times with that happening to me. Oh, Bryn Michelle, I'm sorry. And I'm not laughing. I needed that laugh. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, at least I got it understood, Rosemary. Thank you. All right, yes, I agree. That would be connecting with crochet, which I, of course, bring through the whole week, all of my lives. We talk about it, we touch on it, because it's for everybody, not just people who are in my Facebook group of Connecting with Crochet. But that would be Sunday. That would be Sunday night, Connecting with Crochet. That I would bring it out and say, "Hey, this is what we want to do this month." You know, I did hearts for Valentine's last year. I did shamrocks. I did, not the make along, but I did. I made a couple of shamrocks last year. And then we went into this. We went into the filet which way, or the. I don't remember what the name of this one is. I'm sorry, I can't think of it. But the filet work was the last thing we did. I think last spring. That's right. It was last spring. Then we did. Oh my gosh, we did Valentine. No, not Valentine's. Wait a minute. Freedom. She hates when I get out the computer and talk to friends. She gives evil eye and whiskers in the camera looking from back of laptop. Yep. Venus hasn't figured that out. She just comes around over here to the corner of the computer and starts shaking it because she's rubbing her face, on and of course it shakes the whole thing. So I try to keep that to a minimum. Okay. So I don't know. I just don't know if it's going to be enough to go around one more time. So I got to finish this round first. So I've figured out, I'm going to do the white. I'm going to do probably one more row of the filet work. And then I'm going to go to a solid, probably double crochet around that. Actually, because it's white, maybe I shouldn't do any filet row. So maybe I'll do solid white, double crochet white all the way around. Double crochet all the way around. That's what I'm trying to say. And then I want to start like a scalloped edge, or I don't know. I have an edging book that I'm going to look in and see if I can find something that I want to edge this in white. So that's my thought. Okay, let's put this thing away now. And yes, this is the yarn in the middle here is my lifeline yarn for the lumen. I'm like, I've got to find something thin enough to fit. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. Trying to put this away. Trying something thin enough to fit inside the crochet, the knit, excuse me, because that's knit. And so I decided, well, it'd be smarter if I had something about the same size, and that was a 3-weight yarn. And the yarn I'm working with, this is a 2-weight, and so it was the closest I could do. That wasn't unused yarn. This was the end of the used yarn, and so that's what I decided to do. I got a $5 voucher from Michael's out of the blue. So Wednesday, I went to Michael's. I called up and got my set up a ride with my bus on Tuesday and said I'd like to go on Wednesday, and they came and got me, or was it Thursday? Now I can't remember. I had this figured out earlier. They came and got me, and I paid them, and they dropped me off, and then he came and picked me up. So, yeah, it brought me home and dropped me off, and I didn't get very much. I spent a little bit of money, but not very much was bought. And I got 2 skeins of yarn. I thought it was one earlier. Then I realized, oh, look at that. I bought 2 skeins of yarn. I got some loops and threads, acrylic, soft classic acrylic in purple. That's for a blanket. Well, so is this one. Well, actually, I might use it for something else too. Loops and threads, soft classic acrylic. And then what's the name of this one? Orchid Mist Multi. And this one was color number VS06. It doesn't have a name. Wait, purple. I found the name finally. Purple. I bought some more stitch markers because I used every darn stitch marker I could find. And then I ended up having to use that wasn't metal because I have a lot of the light bulb ones, but I use bamboo knitting needles, so I don't want to ruin them with the little metal light bulbs. This kind. And I got this thing called a knitting, and it's supposed to help with the tension always being even. And I have the tension over this finger when I'm knitting and over this finger when I'm crocheting. So I'm going to give it a try, not on the lumen, but I'm going to give it a try and see if it can help me actually use my tension on this side when I'm knitting. But I'm not going to start it with the lumen. I got some, these were on clearance, and I think they call them, oh, yep, that says clear glass faceted rondelles. Ooh, shiny, pretty beads for stitch markers. And then I got these charms. These are for me. These are for me. Nobody else can have my unicorns unless they go buy them themselves. You can't see them very well, but that's pretty good. But they're that shiny oil and water mixture look. So that it's purple and blue and red and pink and green. So the jewel tones are showing, but there's 3 unicorns. 1, 2, unicorn head, and 3 stars. I love them. Okay. So hot. I should have turned the heat off before I sat down. Oh well. Just give me a second here and I'll take my sweater off. I was going to do a video with those, but oh well. That's okay. This is a video in its own right. It can have all sorts of stuff in it, right? Right. Yeah. I mean, it's alive, but yeah, it's also a video. Once the live is over, it becomes a video on Facebook. I'm sorry, YouTube. I can't keep my places straight today. Okay, so Thank you for letting me know that you want that, Rosemary, and I will try to find some time to plan, but I've got, oh boy, major stuff coming up this week and next week and the next 3 weeks. Major stuff going on. Oh boy, I'm going to have to talk to the office on Monday because I haven't got my recertification done yet. Anyway, yes, I got a $5 voucher from Michael, so I went and spent it, and it was $20.02. So it would have been 25.02 before the voucher came off. Yeah, so I had a little extra money on me. I purposely made sure I had something in my wallet so I could spend more than just $5. But yeah, that was fun. Oh man, I was having heart palpitations. Well, that's what it felt like anyway. I just was like, I was like, oh, I just had this major anxiety when I called because I've only used them for doctor's appointments. I couldn't even, I couldn't even set it up the one time I tried to take me across the major thoroughfare to do something on the other side of the major thoroughfare. It's 4 lanes of traffic, and it's kind of scary walking across that with a walker, but I'm getting better at it. Uh, but yeah, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't pull the trigger that time. I just was like, nope, I can't do it. I cannot spend that kind of money for right across the street. I mean, it's down the hill and then across the 4 lanes of traffic, who's got a stoplight, and, eh, I'm getting better at walking it, but I'm not getting better at spending that kind of money to get a bus ride to go over there. Anyhow, kind of looking forward to spring though. I walked in the rain for 2 weeks and then it finally snowed. Oh, wait, it was raining, turned to ice, then it turned to snow. What a mess. Ugh, what a mess. Yeah, so I'm major anxiety, and I'm telling her, yeah, I want to go to Michael's, and I'd like to be dropped off about this time. Oh shit, they'll pick you up between this time and that time. I said, okay, that works. Picked me up right on time. I'm over the cold. It hasn't even gotten cold here yet. Yeah, well, yeah, but we have to have the cold, or we're just going to be constantly warming. I can't even think of the word. Um, yeah, global warming. Well, hello, Lydia. Thank you for coming. Anyway, I got through it, and she's like, "Are you okay?" Because I'm like, trying to keep my breathing slow instead of all anxious. She's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, this doesn't feel right. I've only used you guys for doctor visits so far." And she's like, "Oh, so this is a new thing?" And I said, "Yeah." And I'm like really feeling it. Oh, she was great. She's just like, "Okay, well, it's all set up. Here's when we're gonna pick you up." Because I told her I wanted an hour to be there, and then I didn't want to call to be picked up. I wanted to be picked up an hour after. So I said I want to be there from 2 to 3. I want to be picked up after 3. It's okay. You know that. You can go back and watch the beginning anyway. That's the beauty of live streams. Well, especially if you set them up to be a recording so that yeah, you know what I mean. Most of you know what I mean. Okay, so that was, I don't, scary isn't the right word, but the angst, the anxiety, the anxiousness, the bad breathing, and I had to slow my breathing down because I could tell I was going to hyperventilate if I wasn't careful. And this is just calling the woman I'm talking to her on the phone. Oh, geez. So anyway, I'm almost done with my video for the phone case tutorial. I have to finish that. I'm sorry I didn't release a work basket. I forgot about it. I've just been being by myself, just trying to deal with being by myself. I'm finally getting better at it though. And that's why I decided last week to pick up the lumen and work on it, because it was just this little circle last week, because all it was a little circle. It was like right in there. And I picked it up and I have worked on it for a week and it has grown. And once I get through with this section, I will put it on my 36-inch when I go up to the next number count is what I was going to say. Hold on a second while I pick that up, because I know there it is. Okay. 768 stitches, and that's the last amount of stitches around the outside. Okay. A total of 161 rounds. It's a 2-weight sport yarn. I got to catch it tomorrow. I can't hop. Oh, Rosemary. I understand, I think. Okay. I forgot what I said. Oh, I'm sorry about the work basket. I forgot. I just forgot. It's like knitting my fingers off and having a great time doing it. I can't hold my eyes open. Yeah, okay. I kind of figured you were getting tired. That's okay. That's what it's for. Thank you for being here, sweetie. And I will text you probably tomorrow then, since you can't keep your eyes open. Oh, my strings are getting all mixed up. There we go. And oh, I started in on the second color. You probably can't see the difference. You can almost tell that there's two colors there. It's that lighter one that almost looks blue in the middle. Right there. Yeah, started on the second color. So this is the first one. This is the second one. See how it shows that blue, those blue streaks in there? That's hilarious because it's like a bright fuchsia almost. Almost. Not that bright, but it's pretty bright. Oh, forgot about that. That's 3-way too. Now I've got it all wrapped around my... Good night, Rosemary. Got it all wrapped around my... I had originally had a package of these, and I had lost all 4 of them. No, I had lost 3 of the 4 of them. So I went and bought another package. That second package is sitting in my bag. Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. unopened because I don't know how, but because when I was cleaning up the craft room and packing it, right, I found two of them, and somehow somebody else, well, that's great. You can watch my tutorial. It's almost done. I just have to finish one thing and then it'll be done. I have to finish crocheting that, and I have to record myself crocheting that, and then yeah, it should be out. I don't know. I don't know if I'll get to it. I don't know if I'll get it finished tomorrow, but I should hopefully get the video filmed tomorrow. I don't know if I'll get it actually out tomorrow. It might not come out till Sunday or Monday, but it's that close. Okay. I've got it done, Lydia, so that it is one string of yarn. You know, you've got the end where you start and you've got the end where you finish, and that's it. Those are the only two ends you have to sew in. It's not like all this and that and this. And I mean, you can make them as fancy as you want. Me, I just wanted to make it usable. I needed it to be done and usable for carrying my phone around. I think you'll like it. Give me a few days, Lydia, and that should be up so you can check it out, okay? After this, I gotta do other things. Then I'll finally get to climb into bed and maybe get this knit row done, because I'm on the row that I knit every stitch. So, Venus is up on top of her kitty condo. She's got her head down. She's like this on her paws. I need to make some phone purses for people, and I haven't done it yet. Sounds good. I wanted something easy. Exactly. It's very easy. Just give me a couple of days. Just put it off just a little bit longer. Give me a couple of days and it'll be up. I will, let's see, I think I have your email. I can send you an email when it's up, in fact. So anyway, that's that side of things. So I know there was something else I was thinking of. Oh, I know what it was. Did I talk about that on here? I remember talking to somebody about it, not just the person I talked to about it today either. Anyway, there's gals moving out of the apartment building. Please email me, hun. I love get mail through email. Okay, I will. And there was a top of the line ironing board, and I saw it and I looked at it and I was like, oh, quilter sewer would love to have that. You know, it's like, oh, I would love to have that. But I left it. And next time I came back, it was still there. But I left it. And then a third time I came back, it was still there. I looked at it each time. I would love to have that. It's such a nice ironing board. Fourth time I went down, this was over 2 days. Fourth time I went down, it was still there. I said, fine, it's mine. Grabbed it, put it on my walker, and carefully put my walker with this huge, wide ironing board walker. Getting it into the elevator was no trick either. I mean, it was a real trick. It was not easy. Oh, it was funny. But I'm like, I saw it, I looked at it 3 times, and it was still there. And I was like, fine, it's mine. So I missed some other stuff. I had gotten, not that. I had gotten a bag of material. Oh, I think it's over there. I got a bag of material, gorgeous, bright, almost dark purple. No, no, it's still a brighter purple, even than that yarn was. Material. It's like, I don't even know how many yards. And I'm like, oh, this would be the great backing for a quilt. Because I've got a whole bunch of material at the house just waiting for me to cut it up. But I didn't have material for a back yet. So now I have material for a back. So now I have to push myself to get my daughter's quilt done so I can get my quilt started. Like I need another blanket for my bed or my apartment. Period. I don't need another blanket. Maybe I should work on second child's quilt, but I didn't bring any of that with me. It's still at the house. Just have the one I need to finish for my daughter. Um, but yeah, there was some other, I think it was more of a, I think it was the kind of material, it was a kind of a rough material. It's like the, I think it's the material you use for a crazy quilt. So you have to sew everything down onto the material and then you quilt it together with the, you make the sandwich. So you have the front, the back, and then the batting in the middle, right? So I think that's what that other material was that I got. It looks like it. It reminds me. It's a natural. It's not bleached. It's not a bleached white. It's a natural neutral that you sew your crazy quilt materials to, and then you do the embroidery either by hand or embroidery with the sewing machine. And you do, you know, I love crazy quilts. I've always wanted to make one. Now I've got all these scraps from my daughter's quilt, from my second child's quilt, and I got like 2 bags of scraps from a quilting show a couple of years ago. So I've got all these scraps now, and I'm like, yes, I finally get to make a crazy quilt. And oh, it's almost all cotton. It's cotton and polyester scraps. It's not like I've got wool scraps like my grandmother had, you know, because um, she would make her own clothes because she was a home ec teacher. So she would make skirt or pants. She'd make them out of wool. She'd line the inside of the pant legs, the inside of the skirt, so she didn't have wool touching. You know, I mean, she's gonna wear a slip with a skirt, but still, you know, so she didn't have the wool touching her, except maybe at the waistband. And even then, if she's smart, she would have put something on there so that the wool wasn't touching her stomach too. I mean, you know, but yeah, she would make suit coats and pants and skirts, and she made her own blouses. But so she had wool scraps. I don't have wool scraps. I only have cotton and cotton polyester scraps. I mean, I even have some from a dress my grandmother made for me, a couple of dresses that my grandmother made for me, and one my mother and I made for me. And yeah, so yeah, I've got lots of scraps. I have scraps that were given to me when I was sewing on my miniature child sewing machine. That was a long time ago. Okay, and those scraps were from my mother and my grandmother and my other grandmother, and I have those scraps still too. So I even have some cotton, velvet cotton scraps. Those from clothes that dresses that my one grandmother, my mom's mom, had made for her, me, and my sister. So the 3 girls got these little, and I mean, my sister's dress was maybe this tall. Oops, you can't see my hands. I mean, she was about a 2 or 3 year old at the time. So it was a little dress. And then I don't know what happened to my dress. And my mom still had hers last I knew. I might have it in a bucket though. I can't remember. I have one or the other of my. I think I have both of them, but anyway, I don't remember. But yeah, I mean, I've got all this material scraps that I want to do something with, and I think it would just be the coolest. I don't have silk. I don't have wool. I don't have, but I have what I have, and I want to lay it out and then sew it down with fancy stitches on my sewing machine because I've never got to do that, and that's what I want to do. And I think that that is the perfect stuff for the backing for all of those patches, chunks of material, scraps of material to get put on. So I've got that to look forward to eventually. I don't know what I'm going to do about my stuff that's still at the house because I can't fit anything more in here. I actually need to box some stuff up and put it back at the house, but I don't know. I think that's gonna be an eye opener here in the next few weeks. Uh, but yeah, I'm excited. I've got quilt dreams again. Well, the same person who they were emptying out her apartment, there were like 4 or 5 books on how to do crazy quilts, planning it, and figuring out what stitches to use, and then it goes through every stitch for crochet, and not crochet, I'm sorry, wrong word. Embroidery. It goes through how to it, well, not how to do them all, but it tells about how that, and it shows how and I'm just like, oh wow, this is a treasure trove. And I took those books, and then I went back, and there was another book on the table, and I think it was just how to make how to do paper piecing, maybe, I don't remember. Anyway, took it too. Well, I was downstairs last night because we had bingo, and I ended up calling again. This is like the third time since I said I wouldn't do it ever again. Luckily, I only told one person that. Um, but basically, last night it was like, oh, you're finally here. Good, you're calling. I'm like, wait, what? Okay, fine. Because I've been told all day long, every time I was downstairs, that the other girl's going to call tonight. And I'm like, good, she's lived here longer than me. Let her do it. That's fine. And so then I go downstairs, and oh, good, you're here. We were worried. You're calling. Um, okay. So I did it. I just can't say no when they need me, sort of. Anyway, I did it. It was fun. I think it was the best one I've done yet. Well, for the most part, anyway. Um, so yeah, I've got. Oh, last night. That's right. Okay, after bingo, I went back to look at what was on the tables. I was going to say I bet it was fun, and there's little metal sewing machine bobbins. I'm like, okay, and this big old huge embroidery hoop, and I'm like, oh yeah, I don't even have one that big. I was like, it's got to be 15 inches. Okay, maybe not, but it's huge. I'm like, wow. I'm just like, it blew me away. I'm like, I'm taking that one. Could not get the thread off of it though. It was tangled between this thread on this spool over here and this thread on this bobbin over here, and so this other gal helped me. She wound one up, I wound the other up, and we ended up meeting in it in the mess that's on that. So I'm like, okay, it's all right. I'll just take this all and I will work on it later when I get around to it. I haven't done it yet. That was last night. There were a bunch of bobbins. There were a bunch of buttons. My kids and I loved buttons. So I'm like, I'll take these buttons. I'll take these buttons. I took some buttons last, oh my gosh, a couple months ago, I think it was. And so I'm picking up buttons and I'm like, I don't know if these sewing machine needles will fit in my machine. And I'm looking and I'm looking, I'm like, oh, what the heck? And I took them too. And a box that had some bobbins in it. And oh, I took a bunch of jean patches and some other patches. I collect them too. Yeah, exactly. I'm looking for some buttons. I haven't found any big enough in my collection or what I've been finding. Are you gonna play with your toy? Good girl, Vivi. She's picking up the stick so she can bite on the string. Hilarious. I got it. It's a feather boa thing. It looks like a cattail. It's hanging down, and she's trying to figure out how to pick up the stick so she can chew on the material. I mean, the string. Oh my gosh, so funny. You're so funny, kitty. You're so funny, kitty. So yeah, oh my gosh, I just had so much fun. And there was some um embroidery floss. It had come out of a bag. It was just lying there. So I picked that up too. I took almost everything out of this plastic bucket. Guess what I should have taken? The plastic bucket. Now I'm like, where am I gonna put all that? I don't have any more room. I should have taken the bucket and then I could have put it up in the closet. Oh boy. Just my luck. Just my luck. So let's see what else. I was looking at my yarn today and I ended up finding my buckets of material. I'm like, nope, that's material. Nope, that's material. Wait a minute. Some um I'm still missing some crystal cakes because I thought I had a couple. Whoops. I thought I had a couple uh, for somebody, and I can only find one. And I'm like, I swear I had a second one because I was gonna make a shawl out of them, but I can't find it. So I'm not sure what happened to that. But I gotta get the rest of the crafting supplies. I gotta figure out how to store them in the closet. I'm thinking about that cabinet. No, I was thinking about moving that to the closet. But you know what? Maybe I'll just take the one that's the house and I'll just put that bookcase in the closet. And then I can put stuff on the bookcase and it'll be easier to find and get to and it'll be out in the open. But I don't know. I'm just not sure how I'm going to do that. I keep thinking about it and I cannot come up with a solution. It's like you can move that one all the way across and into the closet. That doesn't make sense. Maybe I should just bring the other one from the house, bring it in, put it in the closet, and put stuff on it. That might work. Oh my goodness. So, and I found some books that were mine, and I found there's still more books I need to go through, but oh, I found a box full of congratulations and baby baby shower the two baby showers that I had for my first child and for my daughter. And I'm like, well, I know she's not gonna want them, just the way she is. And I figured my husband probably would end up just throwing them away, so I stuck them in my room. Oh, and the person, yes, exactly. I've always wanted to put them in a scrapbook, and I never got around to it. So I guess I'm gonna do it. Oh, I'm gonna have to get some cardstock. I found some absolutely gorgeous hummingbird paper for um, whatever. I can't think of the word I'm trying to say. Not it's not scrapbooking or not. It's not memory box. It's not memory books. It's they use it for something else, and now I can't think of it. Like making cards and stuff. Oh, just gorgeous. Every single different one. There were like 4 or 5 of them, right? And then there's like so many sheets per design. Had hummingbirds on them. I almost put everything else back just to get that. And I probably wouldn't have even used it. It wasn't cardstock. It was flimsier than that. And I need cardstock in order to be able to make a memory scrapbook, memory book. So I don't know. Anyway, yes, that's what I'm thinking about doing. Found a couple more games that I know my husband doesn't want because he never enjoyed playing them with me. I like Chinese checkers. I like checkers. I never learned how to play chess. I've got somebody asking me, do you know how to play chess? Well, I never really got the hang of it, and I don't have it memorized anymore. But you know what? I might just say, all right, teach me how to play chess. Because it's a game, strategy game. It's still a game. Found some other things, but didn't get them moved into my room. Oh, and I was asking, never too old to learn, exactly. I was asking him, like, she wasn't supposed to be home, but she was. Got the text message after I was on the bus. So I'm like, do you have any more boxes? Because, they're not where they had been. Oh, no, we got rid of them. I need boxes. Do, is there any more boxes? No, and I'm like, looked at her and I said, that didn't answer my question. And she says, oh, and I said, I need boxes. Do we have any more boxes? No, we recycled the rest of them. I got upstairs and I was cussing her. And considering they're probably watching, he's maybe not live, but they're probably watching, or at least he is. Get rid of boxes when I'm still packing boxes? Okay, so be it. It is what it is. And we'll see what happens here in the next 3 weeks. It's midnight. So anyway, thank you for coming. Thank you for watching if you're watching it in replay. If you came in late, go back and watch the beginning after it sets in. It takes, what, 10 minutes or less before it says, oh, it's over. Here it is. Now you can watch it here in YouTube land. Anyway, thank you for coming. I'll see you on Sunday, New Year's Eve, right here, 8 o'clock, Connecting with Crochet. Just me as the host, but that's okay. We'll make it work somehow. I love you all. Be safe. Bye.